Libra, welcome to your March 2025 weekly reading. It's going to be a reading from March 10th until the 16th. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight in here and get started. I hope you're doing well. I would like to announce that I still am running a sale on my personal readings. If you're interested in that, that link will be down below in the description. So let's take a look here, Libra. There's a lot going on this week, so if you've been feeling overwhelmed or have just been feeling off or things have been emotionally heavy, well, we definitely have a lot going on astrologically. We have a lunar eclipse that'll be on the 14th in Virgo. We have Sun conjunct Saturn that's going to happen this week, a Mercury that's going to conjunct a Venus retrograde, Mercury that goes retrograde this week. So talk about just a bunch of energies here, you know. There's a lot going on. And I think for you, you're going through quite the transformation. And because I say that because you have the death card here for the overall energy. Eclipses bring major transformations, major changes. And for you, I think it's this letting go of some form of an old identity here, Libra. I was about to call you Leo. So some of you, maybe you have Leo in your chart. And I kind of just hear the words like I'm just trying to get through it. I'm just trying to push through it here. The reason why I say that is because you did pull the Seven of Wands here in your challenge. And the Seven of Wands has a lot to deal with overcoming something, overcoming some type of uphill battle. And so there's resistance and there's challenges and there's obstacles in front of you. And it's interesting because the sun is in Pisces in your 6th house. The North Node's in your 6th house. You got Saturn there that's in your 6th house with Neptune. You got Saturn, Neptune, and the North Node there, and the Sun there. And if we're having a lunar eclipse, that means the eclipse will be in Virgo, and then the Sun will be in, obviously, Pisces. And so in your 6th house, there's a lot to deal with obstacles and challenges when it comes to your routine, your schedule, things going on with work. There could be problems trying to figure out like how you can do more to get more, right? It could even be things going on with employment. And I think also, too, the 6th house rules like your overall well-being. So there can be a combination of those things here that are playing out for you, or that have been playing out for you, I would say, over the past 2-3 weeks, that are really starting to, really boil up and come to its peak, specifically with this lunar eclipse in Virgo that'll be in your 12th house. This is a letting go of, it's interesting whenever I see eclipses in the 12th, because it's like this letting go of these unconscious, subconscious, self-sabotaging patterns. Right, and figuring out a way how we can, it's like it brings clarity, but also at the same time it can bring a heaviness too. So I think it's a combination of both here. Let's pull your oracle cards and then we'll jump in. But yeah, that Sun conjunct Saturn that's going to be happening here this week. It is a heavy responsibility that we'll be feeling, because Saturn is a planet that deals with responsibility, structure, discipline. It brings limitation, restriction. And because it's like, hey, this is the work that we need to do. These are the things that we need to address. And it's heavy, and maybe it's hard because it's going to push us to step outside of our comfort zone or to address things that need to be addressed, but it has to be done, right? Saturn. And I think that's what you're doing here. It's like you're facing sort of the music here, and you're realizing like, okay, this is like what I need to do. And we'll go deeper into that. But right now, I think you're summoning up the inner courage and the inner strength here. I'm also hearing the word like recovery. It's like you're also recovering from something here. With this strength card, death card being here, some type of change that has happened for you, I would say, over the last few months or over a month's period or something like that. And you even pulled this Chiron card that says healing. So I definitely pick up that there's an aspect of your life that you are particularly healing. Chiron's actually in Aries, so it's in your 7th house. This could be related to things in relationships, Libra, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. But I do pick up here, definitely healing here. Yeah. You pull this, it's time to take action. New moon in Aries. Yeah, I wouldn't put anything off. Now, we are in the middle of eclipses. Eclipses do bring fated changes that are outside of our control. It's usually like when we go through the most, the biggest life changes, is usually around eclipses. The themes start changing. Our paths start being redirected. shit starts to boil up and come to the surface. And I wouldn't wait here. I feel like Spirit's really wanting you to move forward with strong intentions and stick to your intentions here. And I want to say too, this is interesting that we pulled this new moon in Aries card here for you, because we're going to have a partial solar eclipse in Aries at the end of the month. So there are these new beginnings that are getting ready to start here. But I think for you, this is almost like a purification process, like some type of healing process that you're in at this time, things that you're wrapping up, things that you're letting go of, things that you're having to deal with at this time, so that way you can begin that fresh new thing, or be fully embodied in something new in your life. But I wouldn't sit around and wait. I feel like Spirit's saying here, like, if there's things you need to do, definitely get started. You pull this honeybee card. It says community here. Yeah, and there could be I feel like there's something good happening in regards to community. I'm hearing work as well, or group related, something like that, to where you're able to enjoy yourself here. And it could be with other people here. It doesn't have to be, but I do get this energy of like fulfillment, enjoyment here. You could be in the healing community, or you could be partaking in some type of community thing that is healing. And you may be like, what are you talking about, Austin? We'll see what happens this week. You let me know. All right. You pull the death card here for the overall energy. Yeah, I wouldn't fear this death card. Metaphorically, what it represents is just big changes, big transformations that we go through in life. And in a way, it does allow us to be able to shed an old identity, to let go of certain attachments that we've been attached to. But it just in general brings transformation. And it doesn't surprise me, because we're in the middle of eclipses. So I think this is, eclipses bring deep transformative changes. And so this is almost like a spiritual, like this inner change that you're going through more than the external. I think it ripples out to the external, but I think it's more so something internal, something you're dealing with personally. You pulled the strength card here in your current energy. You could have Leo in your chart, Aries in your chart, Scorpio in your chart. You could have all of them. If you don't worry about it. But the strength card, yeah, I think you're having to like face something. And the strength card, yes, it deals with strength and having to like use your strength, but it also deals with courage as well, and having to be courageous. I'm telling you, with the sun being in your 6th house, Saturn being there, the North Node being there, Neptune being there, the 6th house deals with obstacles and challenges. It's like these things that work against us on a day-to-day basis. And it's like, those are the things that we have to address, and we can't just sit idle with it. It's like we have to like face it head on. That's why the 6th house rules things like debt, right? Because it's like, if you don't fucking face your debt, or if you don't keep up with shit, then you're going to acquire debt. And it like, then you have to deal with that shit. So I kind of feel here, whatever it is that you're not facing at this time, I feel like Spirit's saying, or even if you are facing it, keep like, be locked in with it. Because the 7 of Wands here being in your challenge, it's like you're really having to really step into your authority. It's interesting. It's not that you can't step into your authority. It's not that you're not confident, because I don't think it's any of that. It's more so what the Ace of Swords as the advice, which is the intention behind it, right? What is the intention behind the action? What is the intention behind what you're doing? And I think it's all about, Ace of Swords talks about mindset, how you think, your thoughts, your beliefs. It's air, so it rules the intellect, how we think, how we process information, how we communicate, our beliefs, our mindset. And I think here that your advice here is you're going to have to reshape your whole mindset, or to come at something with a fresh new mindset here. And it's interesting too, because that doesn't surprise me either, because with this full moon lunar eclipse, total lunar eclipse in Virgo's ruling planet is Mercury. And the day after the lunar eclipse, Mercury goes retrograde. And when Mercury goes retrograde, it's a more so this re-examination of our thought process, what we're thinking, ways we can communicate, but just understanding things in general. So the Ace of Swords being your advice is like, now's the time for you to move forward with strong, new, bold intentions. You have the 9 of Cups here in the future position. And I like this 9 of Cups being here, because I get like this swift, it looks like things are rocky, or it looks like things are going to go bad and terrible, but actually it actually goes a lot better than you expect. 9 of Cups, which is a card of contentment, and you can say wish fulfillment, right? That's what you always hear, wish fulfillment. But it's like, yeah, it's like your prayers being answered. You can say that, but it's contentment, feeling fulfilled, feeling grateful. So there's something here happening over this week that you'll step into an energy of like more gratitude, being able to relax. You feel content. And it could even feel like a wish here. And it's interesting because this lunar eclipse in Virgo will trine Uranus, and Uranus is a planet that deals with unpredictability and sudden change. Now, usually if it's a square to Uranus, it's like, oh, fuck, like, I don't know, I gotta, some shit's about to get shooken up in a crazy way. But when it's a trine, there's some type of harmonious connection that happens that brings some type of sudden breakthrough or innovational change that helps you, that benefits you. And that's what I'm getting here, because whatever it is, it allows for you to make the changes here that you've been needing to make. Two of Pentacles being in the outcome. Two of Pentacles is learning the dance of change, understanding that life is change. And sometimes when we go through changes, it can be extremely difficult. But I think this week, because of the aspects, it's like there can still be some difficulty. But I think you personally, you're finding good, graceful ways here to navigate these changes. So I like that energy. You have the Four of Cups here in the position of something you're unaware of that you need to be aware of here. Yeah, and I would say this is what I mean. I would say, not to sit idle. The Four of Cups is when we're brooding in our emotions or we're too stuck in our feelings. It's like, yes, we need to feel things and connect to our emotions, but not to the point to where it's like we're stuck in inaction and we're just paralyzed, right? Ace of Swords is like moving forward as your advice, moving forward and taking, decisive action on things and addressing things emotionally and not being afraid of, change. So let's clarify your read. Clarify the Death card here for the overall energy. Pull the Seven of Cups here. Well, the good thing I see here is that whatever is leaving, whatever is changing, it's also creating a lot of new space here to help you create like your real desires, or to help you manifest your real desires. Seven of Cups is the power of the imagination, and it sparks desire, right? To where it's like, oh, we want that type of experience for ourselves. We want something in particular that we're dreaming about. And so that's what I'm getting here, is like you have these new dreams. New dreams are starting to happen here for you. But there's these closing out of past chapters, and there's these wrap-ups of things that you need to like let go of, or that you need to finish or work through or get through. Clarify the Strength card in your current energy. You pulled the King of Pentacles here. You know what I see though? I see good things happening in regards to work and career. And I see good stability here. I see good stability, good routine, I see good structure here. I think you're really, one thing I see here is King of Pentacles in the Strength card is the courage. When you find the courage in the inner strength, and the active strength, right? Active and passive strength, but the active strength to really be like, okay, this is the type of reality that I want. This is what I'm going to work toward. This is what I'm going to build. And also too, it's like you're able to find the resources here to be able to match your objectives, which is what true wealth is. Having all the necessary resources to match your objectives, to accomplish your objectives. Or you could say prosperity. Clarify the Seven of Wands in the challenge. You have the Three of Swords here. Yeah, you're overcoming some type of heartbreak. There's been a hard situation that you've been dealing with. I see it here with that Death card, Three of Swords. Yeah, it's been hard, and it's like you're having to overcome what that is. And it's interesting too, because the Three of Swords is the harsh reality of something, and it's like, damn, it feels like life is unfair, or we're just having to deal with some shit that's just hard. And the Ace of Swords is the self-acceptance and understanding, like, okay, the only way forward is like I have to set a new intention, like I have to think differently, or I have to just operate differently. I can't keep operating in the same way in which I have been. And so if you have these newer, if you're getting these newer insights, or you have these newer ideas, like set the intention here, or keep your intentions with what it is that you're doing. Clarify the Nine of Cups in the future. You have the Tower. Boom, there it is. I said, the Tower is a card of unpredictability. Literally, lightning struck the Tower here. So that lightning represents unpredictability. But it's good though. Like I said, this lunar eclipse will trine Uranus. Uranus is a planet of unpredictability, sudden change. It brings innovation, helps us break through obstacles, barriers. And so there's something here I feel that is going to happen in a good way here for you. It's going to be, I'm not saying it's going to change your whole fucking life. That's not what I'm saying. But what I do pick up here is like it helps you break through some type of plateau. Like, let's just say, for instance, this is how this can manifest, right? Let's just say, for instance, I'm just going to use an example. Like, you're used to making $800 a check, right? But for some reason, you get an extra $200 on there. It's like $1,000. And you're like, oh shit, where the fuck did that come from, right? That's like a Tower 9 of Cups moment, where it's like, you can't complain about it. And it's unexpected. And it's like, okay, and you feel grateful, 9 of Cups, right? That's like an example of that, right? Or it's like, maybe you think something's going to, like, maybe you're expecting this result, but actually it's like a result that's a little bit more better. That's the type of like sudden thing that I see here happening for you this week, to where you're like, oh shit, like, wow, thanks. All right, let's see here. Clarify the 4 of Cups in the position of something you're unaware of. You have the King of Swords here. Yeah, I mean, this is mind over matter here. King of Swords is having to stay disciplined, concentrated, focused, locked in on what your goals are. Because the thing about it with the 4 of Cups, it's our emotions that can detract us. It's our feelings that can detract us. I'm not saying not to feel your feelings. It's like, yes, you can feel your feelings. But there comes a time and a place to where it's like, you got to keep going, though. And you have to stay locked in. And so I feel like that's what Spirit's wanting you to know. Is like, just stay locked in with what you're doing. And even if you can't see right now how things are going to benefit you, trust me. People don't even, the new energy that we're about to step into in the astrology, there's about to be a bunch of new energy. I mean, Neptune that comes into Aries, that's going to sextile that fucking Pluto in Aquarius. And then, you know, a month or two later, we have Uranus coming in July, beginning of July. Like, just over this whole spring summer period, Uranus will come into Gemini. So Neptune, Uranus, Pluto, all in new signs. It's like, whoa, like, there's big changes and a bunch of new beginnings here. Clarify the Ace of Swords as your advice. Yeah, the Magician. And I think your strongest asset at this time is the Ace of Swords, is your intellect, your communication, the way you communicate your ideas, your mindset, mind frame, your beliefs, because it all comes down to really that. So use the power of air, the air element, which is the intellect, communication, how we think, process information, how we use information, ideas, curiosity. Clarify the reinvigoration or reinvigorating something. Clarify the 2 of Pentacles and the outcome. Yeah, here it is, the Ace of Swords, which is your intention set forth into motion, right? It's like you're using your intention in a very practical, concrete way to make the changes here. And because you're doing that, you're making good changes. Like, good changes are happening. But I do see your challenge, that 3 of Swords, 7 of Wands, is like trying to get over the hump of some type of heartbreak, just some type of harsh thing that you're dealing with, to where you're like, fuck, I really don't want to deal with this, but I got to deal with it. And so it's all mindset from there. Ace of Swords, the Magician, is like how you think about it, how you choose to perceive what's going on, and like having to actually monitor your thoughts and what you're thinking and how you're processing things and how you're directing it as well. So that's what I got for you. Yeah, and I want to say here too, the Magician is a call of urgency. You know, if there's something here that you need to do, you know, the Magician, Ace of Swords, says do it. Like, don't wait. So that's what I got for you, Libra. I appreciate you for watching. If you want to book a personal reading with me, again, that link will be down below in the description. If you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button for me. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to do so. And otherwise than that, I will see you later.